think of the word chandelier, I think of that video of like Dobby's Not Dead or whatever by Paul, whatever the hell his name is, I don't know. And the video is, it's this Dobby doll, and like Dobby's like sitting there, just like, drinking wine, and then like he goes on Grindr and he finds like this Ken doll or whatever, and then he like calls up the Ken doll, and then they drink wine, and then they get busy, and then it's like, I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, and like the Dobby doll is swinging on the fucking chandelier, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, that's what this side note is about, that fucking song. No, it's not. It's about that goddamn house elf. Where the fuck do house elves come from? House elves are primarily in very old, very rich wizard houses, right? Because, like, the Blacks have them, and the Malfoys have them, and, like, the Weasleys don't have them, and they're broke as shit. And they could use a house elf, like, fucking, there's like 19 fucking kids there. They could use a fucking house elf. Poor people can't have house elves. So here's my question. How are more house elves made? Like, let's say that you've had a house and it's been around for a while now, and now you're becoming an old wealthy house. Does an old rich wizard just call up his friend and be like, yes, Jimothy, I see the Curdumpadins are coming up in the wizarding worlds. Perhaps we should gift them a house elf. And like, your friend's all like, bring over your house elf for coitus and I will prepare my finest wine. And then like these two like rich families just get together and bring their house elves to Boink, and then they have a baby house elf, and it's like, here's your house elf. You could probably buy them. It's the wizarding world. There's probably a place you could buy them, but where does the supplier get them? Does he just make a bunch of house elves have sex, or does he go capture these things and like makes magical contracts with them? Like, how do you make that kind of contract? You're just like, okay, so I want you to be subservient to pretty much everything I say for my family and the rest of my family for all of time for no pay. And the goddamn house elves, like, don't have a good lawyer, and they're all like, yeah, okay, we'll be slaves and all. It's just like, we want an out, maybe. And they're like, okay, I don't know, I gotta present you with clothes, I guess. Does it sound good? Yeah, I gotta give you some clothes. Like, we watch Dobby get free, so, like, what happens if it's, like, fucking, like, you gotta get some fucking laundry done, and you're like, shit, I'm running out of time. House elf, can you fucking do my laundry? And it's like, sure thing. And, like, you give it the laundry, and it's like, you've presented me with all these clothes. I'm free now. And you're like, shit, now you're out of house elf. If you like Harry Potter and stuff, and you know where house elves come from, fucking tell me. So, yeah. So if you've got a theory, tell me. I would love to fucking hear it. If you've got a word you want a side note on, throw it in the comments below. And right now, I'm going to link to this video I was talking about. This Dobby Chandelier one by Paul, I can't remember his last name. Click on this screen right here. You can watch this Dobby video I'm talking about. So yeah, enjoy.